Hey guys, welcome back to the channel with another movie reaction. This one won the Stranger Things themed poll over on Patreon, which consisted of Carrie, The Goonies, The Never-Ending Story, Ghostbusters, and Back to the Future. And the winner is, well, if you clicked on the thumbnail, you already know. It's Back to the Future, and it came out before I was born, I believe, and I do know some things about it because of just pop culture. I know there's an old doctor. I know there's a car, the DeLorean, that travels through time. And because of Stranger Things, the season 3 finale, I found out that it flies. But yeah, I'm excited to get into it anyway. I don't know much else about the film. And yeah, curious to find out why it's had such a big impact on pop culture. And yeah, let's get started. If you want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. And yeah, let's go. Holy Progress Wilson.
What if I send in the tape and they don't like it? I mean, what if they say I'm no good? What if they say, get out of here, kid, you got no future? I mean, I just don't think I can take that kind of rejection.
It's your car. Your insurance should pay for it. I want to know who's going to pay for this. I spilled beer all over when that car smashed into me. Who's going to pay my cleaning bill? And where's my reports? Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Think, McFly.
See you later, Pop.
Woo! Come on, time to change that oil.
Hey, Marty. I'm not your answering, sir. Any girl who calls up a boy is just asking for trouble. Oh, Marty, there's nothing wrong with calling a boy.
Out of time. With the car, with the dog? How's the dog supposed to get back? Ooh.
88 miles per hour! Into the future!
Into the future?
Into the future, to be exact!
Oh. Step on it.
Hey, McFly.
That's his father, and that's Biff.
Well, actually, I figured since it wasn't due till Monday.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think, McFly. Think.
Dad? His face.
You think I'm gonna spend the rest of my life in this slop house?
Watch it, Goldie.
No, sir. I'm gonna make something of myself. I'm going to night
Oh.
school, and one day I'm gonna be somebody.
That's Goldie
right,
Wilson.
He's gonna be mayor.
Ah. Oh. And now their stories change. Oh. And now his mom falls in love with him.
Safe and sound now, back in good old 1955.
1955.
Hi, Mom.
Clyde,
Jeez.
that's a big bruise you have there.
Marty, you look so familiar to me. Do I know your mother?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think maybe you do.
And he can sleep in my room.
God.
I
God.
gotta go. Thanks very much. It was wonderful. You were all great. See you all later.
So much for not chasing.
But the only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Oh.
A bolt of lightning.
The one that hit the clock.
We're sending you back to the future.
Okay, all right. I never let anybody read my stories. What if they told me I was no good?
Oh, it got passed on.
It's
That
hard for somebody to understand.
those insecurities got passed on.
No, Beth, what's that?
Oh boy. Nicely done. Yeah. Oh. Shit indeed.
I think a man should be strong for himself,
He's like, oh god, you're
the
doomed.
woman he loves.
This gives new meaning to the term mama's boy.
Why is she gonna get angry with you? Well, because, George, nice girls get angry when guys take advantage of them. Look, it's just
Oh god.
an act.
Marty, I'm almost 18 years old. It's not like I've never parked before.
What?
What?
No. You do?
Stop looking.
You know what I do in those situations?
What?
I don't worry.
Oh god!
It's like I'm kissing
Uh-huh.
my brother.
Uh-huh.
I guess
Ah.
You caused $300 damage to my car, you son of a bitch. Well, looky what we have here. No, stand right here with me.
Jeez.
Get your damn hands off.
Oh, I think you got the wrong car, McFly.
You leave her alone.
All right, McFly.
Oh! Where'd that strength come from?
Scram, McFly. Cutting in.
George, what the heck you doing? Oh god.
Excuse me.
Come on! Yeah, there we go. He's back. Oh, that's not been invented yet. Oh, his life is completely changed now.
You know that new style
Marvin
you're
Berry.
looking for? Well, listen to this.
Oh, man. Don't think they're ready for that.
George asked if he could take me home.
Great. Good. Lorraine. I have a feeling about you too.
I refuse to accept the responsibility.
In that case, I'll tell you straight out.
Oh, whoa, no.
Damn it, Doc. Why did you have to tear up that letter? I only had more time.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I got all the time I want. I got a time machine. I can just go back early and warn him. Right.
What?
No.
There we go. Oof! Ah! Ah! Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Alright. Very, very last second. Wait, is that movie theater still there? Yeah, he crashed into the... Oh no! Oh no! 10 minutes was not... Why didn't you go back like an hour or more? You still have the DeLorean though. Get it fixed and oh!
Bulletproof vest.
Aww. His curiosity got the better of him.
These things. See, there's Biff out there waxing it right now. Now, Biff, I want to make sure that we get 2 coats of wax this time, not just 1. Yeah, Biff, what a character. Oh,
Wow.
trying to get away with something.
That one punch changed his
Although,
life forever.
it wasn't for him.
Oh, what? He's back! Oh my god.
You've got to come back with me.
Oh no.
Where?
Back to the future. It's your kids, Marty. Something has got to be done about your kids.
What?
Oh, we don't need roads.
Oh. And it's a flying car. Oh, that's hilarious. That was so much fun. I do wish I didn't get spoiled for that last little part. Alright guys, this film was such a joy to watch. They did a really good job of setting up the characters, especially Dr. Emmett Brown. They did a great job making him seem like the mad scientist. His acting too, he was just like the wide open, like, whoa. And it was really interesting seeing Marty interact with Doc in the present and in the past. And the Doctor comes back from the future after he spent time there at the very end. Really, really curious. I want to see what happens. I feel like he might be more involved in Back to the Future too. I think I'll put that in a future poll at some point. And yeah, Marty McFly seems different enough from his original dad. Like, doesn't have too much social anxiety. He's kind of the cool kid who's like the cool kind of loser, but not like, I don't know. But yeah, using cars to pull him and his skateboard around. I don't know if that's legal actually. Like, seems like a very convenient way to travel, but if I was driving, I wouldn't feel comfortable with someone doing that. And like, what if the car has to like brake really quickly? Marty would like crash into the back of the car so hard. But Marty does have his father's fear of failure, fear of rejection, so much so that neither of them want to try. Like, he doesn't want to send his music out, and George doesn't want to send his books out for publishing. But that all changes eventually. But first, yeah, before we even get to the time traveling backwards to the past, the principal is like super annoying and useless, like attacking Marty in that way. Like, he's one of the, I would say he's one of the villains of the story who just doesn't get his due by the end of the film. Maybe in the sequel, maybe. Though they're traveling to the future, it doesn't seem likely, unless he's still somehow the principal 30 years later after that. But yeah, Marty, stuck in the past, needs to he saves his father from being hit by a car, and of course that makes his mom fall in love with him. That's just so funny. The situations they're put in are just all really comical. He says he wants to make a move on his mom, thinking that his mom would try to like turn him away, and then George would come in and stop them. And I was just like, that is not going to work. Like, she's been making moves on you the entire time. Like, before he even tried anything, she's been the one like doing things that you're not comfortable with, and somehow you're gonna turn this around. And in that car scene when he was just like, oh, do you want to park? And she's like, yeah, I want to park. And he's like, what? I wasn't even trying to, like, oh wow. Um, and yeah, it was just that idea was never gonna work. Unfortunately, it worked out somehow, but unfortunately, it had to be because Biff was gonna assault her. Um, yeah, that was really hard to watch, and George wound up standing up to him, and that just changes the entire story of who he is. What's interesting is that it changed Marty's brother and sister, but it didn't change him in any discernible way. Like, is it because I don't know what the rules of time travel are? They're always different for like a lot of different movies, but shouldn't he become a different person? Or was it because he was in a different time that he wasn't affected? Because he observed what the change was that he wasn't affected? You'd have to imagine he would be different in some way, given that he's raised completely by a different, like, just a different personality father. Maybe he doesn't change, but maybe the things he's done in his past has already changed. Maybe he actually sent out his music to a publishing company. I don't know what it's called, but maybe he did that in that timeline. But I love the little things that changed because of this little tiny, like George's relationship with Biff becomes completely different. He has gained a whole bunch of confidence. His father stood up to Biff in high school, and life for everybody immediately involved changes so drastically. Marty says the car is wrecked when he comes back, but of course, Biff is working for his dad now, so the car was never wrecked. And Marty has his own vehicle, that truck with the huge wheels, just ridiculous. And the mom, so like puritanical before, never go out to meet people, don't chase you. I would never call a boy. Which just, oh my god. She said she parked before, so I don't know. And yeah, that original story is just so funny. My dad happened to run over your father, and I fell in love. Like, God, that's just. She didn't even like him for who he was, like, originally. I think, like, it's just infatuation becomes. But then, like, she actually liked George for who he was afterwards, I think. It's also because I don't know how into him she would have been if he hadn't saved her from assault. Yeah, I don't know. She was just like infatuated with Marty no matter what he did. Like, no matter how far he was just like, nope, I don't want this. So, yeah, it was really interesting. But yeah, George got the confidence to share his science novels and publish them, and he became super successful. And Biff just completely fell apart. Like, apparently he bullied George into doing all of his work, and like was literally like almost nothing without him. Yeah. And the two siblings are completely different places based on simply where their father was. It really makes you think, like, where would you be if your family life was different? I don't know how I would. I feel like I would be a lot further in life if I didn't have to actively work against my parents my entire life. Like, yeah, curious what my life would be like now, or like what one instance could I go back to and change that would result in my life being completely different now. Like, obviously, like, time travel is impossible yet. So some people will be like, oh, what's the point of like thinking about that? But I mean, contemplating the traps and pitfalls of the past can help you avoid them in the future. I know it's funny because a lot of the ideas I have about parenting are just what my parents did. The exact opposite of what my parents did. But yeah, one thing that I found was really just so stupid in this film was George McFly thought it was a good idea to hire Biff, who had sexually assaulted his wife, to work for him. And it's not like he wasn't there, like he was there to witness it. Like, just come on, that's just ugh. But yeah, the ending of this film, we didn't really have that much characterization for Jennifer Parker, so it'll be interesting to see more of her and Marty's relationship in the next film. See what she's all about. I can't wait for her to be like, where did you just take me? 30 years into the future, ostensibly. And so much for Dr. Emmett Brown's thought process of like, like, oh, we can't tell you about the future. He straight up tells Marty and Jennifer that they have kids, and Jennifer's look, like, she was just like side-eyeing Marty, like, what's going on? But that can ruin a relationship, knowing that you're gonna wind up together at the very end when you just started dating. I don't know. That might change things so drastically, but it would be funny if that actually played out somehow in the next film. But yeah, I enjoy this a lot. I'd give this movie an 8.5. I loved the Doctor and his funny faces. He's like super eccentric. The tension at the end with the trying to get back and all these things going horribly wrong. That was a lot of fun, and glad that the Doctor was able to survive because he chose to read the letter. He trusted Marty, and he was also the curiosity must have killed him. He must have like been like, okay, I gotta read it. But yeah, really enjoy this movie. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. Be sure to you can check out the full reaction in the link in the description below on Patreon. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon.